holidays are here, and so is my favorite part, the holiday ads. So, to prepare for Christmas next week, we are taking a look at some of the best Christmas and holiday ads of 2023. Hello and happy Marketing Monday. We are just 1 week away from Christmas, and nothing is more fitting than to talk about the holiday ads. Now, you can see I have my favorite dinosaur sweater on, and I am ready. Now, you may not have seen some of these ads as they are from mostly across the pond. So I'll have the videos linked in the description above so you don't miss a thing. And we wouldn't want you to this holidays because these are fantastic. So let's get started. The first ad is probably one of the most unusual ones of the year, and that is the John Lewis Christmas ad. I always love the John Lewis Christmas ads. My favorite was the dog on the trampoline. These ads tell the story of a little boy that had a perfect holiday tree, which turns out to be more like Audrey from Little Shop of Horrors than a Christmas tree. Eventually, the family drags out the Venus flytrap from the house and replaces it with a Christmas tree, and the little boy is so sad and distraught. And on Christmas morning, he walks out into the cold in his hat and his gloves, and he takes a gift out to his favorite plant. And this plant has become his friend, and the family recognizes that, so they follow suit. And then the shock really comes in at the end when the plant eats the gift, spits them out, and it reveals all the goodies that the kids got for Christmas. So it has that lighthearted moment, but it also was just really jarring of a Christmas ad. Now, this ad, although strange, has achieved the brand's highest effectiveness score since 2020, which is really sad because I did like the boxer commercial. And it received a 3.6 star ranking according to System 1's ranking chart, which rates ads on a stars from 1 to 5.9. And honestly, this ad was really great for building brands. Because it's so unique and it'll get people talking about the ad and John Lewis. It also shows the brand is evolving and taking risks. So while it included classic music by Andrea Bocelli as its underscoring, it also had that little twist at the end in the Venus flytrap, which was pretty cool. Now that we've talked about that weird one, let's talk about the highest ranked ad of the year, which was the Aldi's ad with Kevin and the Christmas Factory. It's a play on the Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory classic, and this ad achieved a 5.9 star rating, which is the highest possible effectiveness rating that a commercial can get. And it's only about 1% of ads achieve this placement. So it is a huge deal for Aldi's. And it is their third year, I believe, with a almost close to a perfect score, above a 5. So my favorite part of this ad was the narrative and the storyline, which includes rhymes and puns, while entirely captivating you with a Christmas story and showing the meaning of Christmas, which honestly makes it so heartfelt. Now, Kevin has been used by Aldi since 2016. And it has set the brand character that helps everybody kind of anticipate what's going to happen next year, driving higher viewership and better brand engagement. And as I said before, it's gotten 5 stars over the last 3 years. So Kevin's doing pretty well because everybody's anticipating and waiting for it, kind of like how we wait for the Coca-Cola Santa or Polar Bear each year. You know the ad without the logo, and you associate that positive feeling towards the brand based on the commercial. Now, speaking of Coca-Cola mascots, this year's Coca-Cola ad is next on the list. This year, they achieved a 5.3 effectiveness rating, which is a very high score. They usually score pretty high. I think they were ranked number 5 overall for Christmas ads. And this ad, rather than focusing on the product, focuses on kindness. I personally loved this ad because the music that goes under it is Anybody Can Play Santa from A Year Without a Santa Claus, one of my childhood favorites. So it's a little nostalgic. And the ad starts with this kind of like world filled with Santas doing good deeds, and then transforms into our world with everyday people doing kind deeds for others, like holding the train door, coming home for the holidays with gift for the family. When a lady's running late to the store and it's closing, they open it back up so she can send her package in time. The really cool thing about this is the focus on values. So Coca-Cola One of their core values is kindness. And all of the Coca-Cola campaigns kind of convey this. If you think about the Share the Coke or Share a Coke campaign, it's really cool. And I've always admired that about the brand. And I've admired their focus on storytelling and weaving the product throughout organically rather than focusing on the product. I think we can all learn a lesson or two from that strategy. It's not always about the product. Sometimes we need to make it a little more human and show the values rather than just showcasing our products. So, with that, I have to say that this Coca Cola ad might be one of my favorites. I teared up a little bit at the end, probably because of that nostalgia, but it was so good. Now that we've talked about these ads, I do have two honorable mentions from across the pond. Sainsbury's with the Big Fella's Christmas Dinner, which is a very British ad and takes me back to my days in London. This one was very effective at telling stories all about the products that you can get at Sainsbury and what you need for the holidays. It focuses on traditional dishes that are on the British table for Christmas. And it really talks about their product offering without really talking about the product. And if you don't know, Sainsbury is a grocery store. Another really cool thing that they did is they brought in the Rick Roll or Rick Ainsley, which has been trending on social media recently. And it appeals to a wider demographic with this ad, talking to today's Gen Zs who know Never Gonna Give You Up from TikTok and Gen X and baby boomers who know the song from the 80s. I thought that was a really cool way to tie in pop culture. And it was also really cool because it's fun. It's fun to bring those little nods to history and that nostalgia, especially at the holidays. The last honorable mention of this is the number 2 ad for the season, which had a 5.9 on the System 1's ranking, and that's M&S Foods. Now, I am partial, but I think that the London's Christmas ads are some of the best out there. And this M&S food commercial features Ryan Reynolds and Rock McElhenney as left and right mitten, and they get lost out in the cold by their owner, a little girl named Lucy, and the not fire, the fairy from the Christmas tree brings them back inside and shows them the M&S Christmas magic. This ad is really interesting because along with the ad, M&S Food also will be kicking off their first local football club partnership in its entire history, and that's with AFC Wrexham, owned by Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney. So this ad was both effective in telling a great story about the food that's the real star of the show, and the fairy and the mittens are those magical guides to everything M&S has to offer. But it was also really effective because it was kind of used to announce the partnership between the two, which is really cool, and definitely ties into the British culture. What was your favorite Christmas ad from either the United States or across the pond? If you have a favorite or you find a really great one over the next few weeks, please put them in the comments below. I would love to see them. The Monday marketing moment is going to be taking a break over the next 2 weeks with Christmas next Monday and New Year's the following Monday. So I hope that you have a very Merry Christmas, a joyous New Year. The Marketing Monday moment will return on January 8th, but that will be after the holiday season. Until then, I hope you have a great week and, as always, a marvelous Marketing Monday. See you in 2024.